This segment brought to you by Heinen Brothers Ag, farmers helping farmers by offering quality aerial and ground application, fertilizer, ag chemicals, and anhydrous ammonia. Call today to protect your crop yield.
Welcome back. Let's catch up with Duane as he and Scott discuss the marketing of ethanol for Pratt Energy.
Duane Thames joining you once again on Ag AM in Kansas. A chance while at the Kansas Speedway to catch up with Scott Anderson with Pratt Energy. Scott, you market ethanol for the plant, and a pretty important job, critical that we keep some profitability in this.
Absolutely. You know, it's very important to this agricultural state, and we market about 55 million gallons annually to the petroleum industry, and we have 11 other ethanol plants in the state. We do over 500 million gallons annually as a state. So we consume about 15 or 16 million bushels of corn at our facility, corn or milo this year. So it's a big economic engine for the Pratt community and for the state as a whole.
We think about the opportunities for growers in the area, obviously a big consumer of corn and sorghum as well.
Absolutely. You know, we have at Pratt about 120 trucks a day on our property that are either hauling in corn or hauling out the distiller's grain and ethanol.
Thinking about marketing, obviously the ethanol one component, you referenced the distillers. The cattle industry certainly has embraced that product. Not really a byproduct, it's a co-product, if you will.
Absolutely. I've been in the industry about 6 years, and we used to refer to it as a byproduct, but now it's certainly a co-product and helps to drive the economic engine of the ethanol plant. We also have a third co-product in the form of a distiller's oil that we spin off too, and that also either goes to biodiesel or back to the cattle industry and the feedlots.
We're obviously at a point where E10 has been around for some time. E15, another option for us that we're trying to push into the marketplace.
Absolutely. So we're here at the NASCAR race, and this is the American Ethanol sponsored race, which promotes E15, which is 15% ethanol in the blended gasoline. And they've been doing that for 5 years now, and they've driven over 8,000 miles at about 9,000 and 9,500 RPM on these engines. So under a very stressful condition, they've had no failures on the engines in the 5 years that they've been doing it. So pretty impressive.
Austin Dillon driving the number 3, representing American Ethanol. Richard Childress Racing, he's been a great advocate for ethanol as well.
Absolutely, yeah. He was at the Kansas City Agribusiness Luncheon on Friday, got to listen to him speak. And, you know, he continues to stress, and that's really, I think, what it's all about, is removing ourselves from the dependence of foreign oil, you know, and keeping people safe and producing a product that's made right here in the U.S.
As far as your job there with Pratt Energy, marketing ethanol, I'm assuming there's a limited market that you sell to, or is it pretty broad?
So we would be like a wholesale business, and we're going to sell to mainly the major oil companies or the independent refiners in our market area. Pratt happens to be a truck-only market, so all of our product is shipped by truck. Some of the other plants will use the railroads and ship farther distances.
So as far as a typical day at an ethanol plant, do we have product coming out on a continual basis, or is it on cycles?
Yeah, so it's a continuous flow type operation, and every 58 hours they produce another batch of ethanol, but it's on a continuous flow basis, so there's always something in the system. And at Pratt, we produce about 600 truckloads of ethanol, or about 4.5 million gallons on a monthly basis.
As far as in terms of how much then that goes through that plant, a great opportunity for growers in the area, both corn and sorghum, to improve their basis for the grain that they grow and sell.
Absolutely. We put more demand on that feedstock, and that in turn runs the prices up, and then it benefits the farm economy.
Well, our thanks to Scott Anderson with Pratt Energy joining us here on Ag AM in Kansas. Jamie, back to you.
Stay with us as Duane visits with Greg Krissek, CEO of the Kansas Corn Growers Association. That interview is next here on Farm Factor.
I'm a patient of Kansas Regenerative Medicine in Manhattan. I had stem cell therapy in my hips and my left knee. My wife and I both are patients. We went down there the same day in November. Since then, my hips are feeling a lot better. I can work now most of the day if I want to. And before, if I worked in the morning, I was done in the afternoon, or if I worked in the afternoon, I was sure enough done for the rest of the day.